What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. This one is from Vinegar Syndrome, and it's in conjunction with the American Genre Film Archive, who have their own Blu-ray label now, which is really cool. Anyway, this one is Super Soul Brother. This one has a much more controversial, racially charged title that it was better known as at the time, which was the $6,000 N-word. Obviously, an absolutely ridiculous title, but that's what it was advertised as. That's what the posters had on them. Obviously, the movie's not going to be marketed as that in this day and age, despite that being what the filmmakers preferred at the time. Anyway, this movie's about a doctor slash scientist who develops a superhuman serum to where whenever you inject someone with it, they turn into basically a superhero. They have super strength, speed, agility, very tough to damage. But there's a huge drawback to it in that after 7 days, they die. So you get great power, but then you're out of it. The problem with this is that obviously to get the benefits you have to die, and that's not something that very many people are going to want to do. The scientist is developing it for a couple of criminals who would like to use it obviously for nefarious purposes, but they don't want to die. So their plan is to find a patsy to inject with it, use that person for 7 days, and then when they die, who cares? And the perfect choice for this is going to be a transient. So they pick out a bum, and they're gonna lavish him, wine and dine him, give him women, new clothes, a little bit of money, and then not let him know what's gonna happen to him after the 7 days are up. It turns out to be Wild Man Steve is the person that they pick. He's just this crazy bum, super colorful, over the top, just absurdly random in the things that he does and says. So he ends up getting injected with the serum, and they kind of like trick him into committing these crimes, and he doesn't understand what he's doing. Eventually things start to click in his mind, of what's going on, and he even discovers the truth about the serum. And so the rest of the movie is kind of him trying to, figure out how not to die is basically the premise here. This movie is absolutely bananas. It doesn't have very much blood. It's got a little bit of nudity, not much. You do get to see Wild Man Steve's dong, so that's, as I said in my text review, that's sure to make people go wild with lust. But even though it doesn't have a lot of blood or nudity, the main draw here is the dialogue. It is absolutely ridiculous. I don't know if this was improvised or if it was just a very loose script, but everything feels super in the moment, super kind of, ad-libbed and made up. A lot of it doesn't make sense, but all of it is really fun. Wild Man Steve is absolutely off the rails here. Everything he says just seems to be kind of almost like somebody just handing him cards with random phrases on them and he's saying them. It's like he's just really wild. He's a super colorful, charismatic guy. He even put some of his terrible stand-up in. Seeing him interact with the other characters is great, especially seeing him interact with the women because he's so clumsy and awkward, but it's super entertaining. It's also got a mad doctor who happens to be a midget, which is a lot of fun. It's got just a lot of goofy characters. It's just really over the top, really, absurd, and almost like, it's a super, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it is a superhero movie, so it does have kind of a ridiculous, amped up comic book feel to some of the action sequences, which are, not the best, but again, really fun to watch. The DVD, like I said, is from Vinegar Syndrome and the American Genre Film Archive. It's got a new 2K scan from the theatrical print from the Genre Film Archive. No extras, but the movie looks really good. I say that it looks really good, but it looks really good for what it is. It's definitely got a lot of wear and tear and some softness to it, but I mean, come on. I'm glad this movie exists and that somebody cared enough to give it a 2K scan. That's amazing to me. I'm super grateful to Vinegar Syndrome and the American Genre Film Archive for making this release possible. Yeah, it has some flaws to it, but you know what? It looks better than the movie's ever looked on, probably than anybody's ever seen. It might even look better than, some of the original prints. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with this movie. The DVD is very reasonably priced. I definitely recommend that you check it out if you like blaxploitation movies or just wild, over-the-top, crazy movies, wild dialogue, colorful characters. Definitely give it a look. That's my review of Super Soul Brother. If you like this review, please do check out my website, markfusions.com. I cover a lot of Vinegar Syndrome releases. I cover all the new American Genre Film Archive Blu-ray line there. as well as other cult, horror, exploitation, indie horror, indie movies in general, just all kinds of genre movies, as well as video games, anime, TV shows. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch at Mark Fusion. You can follow me there, see what's coming up. You can recommend a movie to me. You can recommend what I should do with my movie pass, because I'm always desperate for something to see on my movie pass. Thank you so much for watching these videos. If you don't mind, please drop me a sub if you like these videos. YouTube is definitely demonetizing everything I put up here pretty much. So my sub count is basically what I can take with me when I try to get support for this channel and for my site. I greatly appreciate you watching these videos, guys. It really does mean a lot. Hopefully I'll see you soon.